Ko taha foki a mea ku fia e polo kalamani ke whakari ali ai tale niti e tau whana o tonga me he tūri ki e whanga koe kolope ki i nasi ai ho tau kakai tonga me ha whainga wheitupe i mā mani. Niongo pē tau hao kotoa me fo i piri o te ka Si'i kai hā foki a tonga e malae koe o mā mani lahi. Kai kehe, very, very excited tonight because we've got Siaki Si'i now. A bit of a background about him while we bring him in on the Zoom tonight. Siaki's actually, apart from a singer, he's also a professional Tahitian soloist. Now, Siaki competed in Tahiti in 2019 and won first place in his age category. Siaki was one of the only competitive dancers in the category from the United States of America. He's also been a professional lead dancer for dance group Nonosina since the age of 9. He's 14 years old right now. He's also been in the music industry. Now, he hasn't released any songs for about the last 3 years, but he's very, very excited because he's about to reintroduce a new song that's going to drop in the next week. We are very, very excited tonight to have him here in the house all the way at the wee hours of the morning over there in the United States of America. He woke up early this morning. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm very, very excited to welcome to the program Siaki Si'i. Morning, bro. How are you?
Hey, morning. I'm good. How are you?
Oh, we're awesome, bro. Look, hey, I just want to start by saying a big, big malo lele and a big thank you to you, brother, for waking up so early on your side of the Pacific to be with us today and welcome you to the program.
Of course. Thank you. I'm glad to be on here. Thank you for having me. It's been a pleasure.
Now, bro, before we start, it's really important for our Tongan people around the world. We're very curious to know where in Tonga you're from, who your folks and who are they. Would you just like to give a bit of an introduction of you and your family and which part of the Kingdom of Tonga you herald from originally?
Yeah. Hey, everybody. My name is Siaki Fikitona'a Jr., but in the industry, I'm known as Siaki Si'i. And my dad is from Tokalawiha, and my mom is from Kolowai. And, well, I think, dang, fuck off. I'm gonna have to get back to you on that.
No, all good. And how many siblings, bro? How many in your family? How many brothers and sisters do you have?
I'm the youngest of two. I have one older sister, and she actually lives out here in Utah.
Oh, nice. That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
Now, I'm really perplexed and very proud to see from such a young age you've been performing like they mentioned there with Nonosina, and I've seen some of the video clips on YouTube of something which we're going to show a little bit more tonight as well on the program. But tell us a little bit about your music and your performing origins. Like, where did your performing career all start?
Yeah, so it all started when I was about 7 years old.
Wow.
That's when I started dancing with the group Nonosina, and I still dance with Nonosina to this day.
Mm-hmm.
So I started dancing at 7, and then I got into singing around like about 9 or 10.
Oh.
So I looked into like pop music, a little bit of jazz, and then I got into acting, which is pretty cool. So I did like some recent projects. I've been on Blackish. I was a co-star to the main character of The Sun,
wow,
which was pretty fun.
That's cool. So we can look at we'll park the music for a moment on the side there. Let's look at your acting and some of the events and films that you've sort of been involved with from a performance perspective. Could you share a little bit with the listeners? There might be people on this side of the world who don't know all the sort of things you've been involved in. Give us a bit of a list and a rundown of some of the events and films and so forth that you've been, or maybe even advertisements that you've been involved in, bro.
Right. Well, so far, it's been Blackish and Carson. And you can check those out on my website, which is siakisi'i.com. And you can also get like a good look of what you want to know about me. And well, that's as far as acting, because I'm working on music right now. So that's which is actually 6 days from now on the 27th. So stay tuned for that. And you could also pre-order it on all music platforms. So iTunes, Spotify, and so much more.
That's excellent, bro. Now, you mentioned before, like with your music career, you're kind of interested in like jazz and that kind of thing. As a singer yourself, there must be artists out there that inspire you, or you have a favorite kind of artist or group of artists that you like to, or kind of music that you like to listen to. Tell us a little bit about who inspires you in the music industry.
Right. So I listen to like many different artists, but one artist that stands out to me personally is Michael Jackson. And the reason being is because he has so many music that inspires me to like make the world a better place, like heal the world. And Black and White, that talks about like your skin color, like it doesn't matter what color you are, everyone's the same.
Oh, that's so good, bro. And what future projects can we expect from you? Because I know you've got a song dropping very, very soon, and you've
Right.
I know that you've been sort of out of the singing for a little bit there. So tell us a little bit about what's coming up. What can we expect from you in the music industry soon?
So you can expect my single coming out on the 27th of this month. So that's soon. Stay tuned for that. And also next month, I'm also dropping another video. So I'm dropping like three different singles, five singles actually.
Wow.
So I'm also going to be dropping an EP, which is towards the end of this year. So stay tuned for that, guys.
That's excellent. Now, the one that you're dropping next week, do you want us to give us a little bit of background about the actual track and that song so we can get a little bit of a nostalgia of what's going on in the background? What's the heart behind it?
Okay. Well, I can't really talk much about it, but what I can say is that it's about me, like finding interest in this girl. So I'm basically trying to introduce myself, and the title of the song is "What's Your Name?" So I'm trying to get her name, and
No, that's so good.
yeah.
Now, in the future, because I know you're 14 right now, right?
I'm actually 17.
Oh, you're 17. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Sorry, bro. I've just
It's all good.
so you're 17 years old. So you're still, not quite 18. So where would you like to see yourself in, let's say, maybe 5 or 10 years time? Where would you like to see yourself?
5 or 10 years time, I'd like to see myself inspiring other artists and inspiring other teens to be who they want to be and support them in everything that they do. Because I know that like as teens nowadays, it can be like we have like our personal troubles sometimes, and we can go through things. But I want them to know that it's okay, that everything will be all right, and that we can get through this.
That's awesome, bro. And if we want to make contact with you, like if there's someone listening tonight and they're like actually want to directly make contact with you, what's the best way that they can follow you or make contact with you or your management team if they want to reach out to Siaki Si'i?
You guys can reach out to me at Siaki Si'i on all platforms: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, everything. Siaki Si'i, and you could also check out my website, siakisi'i.com.
Cool. Now we're going to show a clip in just in a moment after our interview of you performing, doing your Tahitian moves. From I think this might have been the one from 2018 or might be 2019. I'm not too sure. But tell us a little bit about how did you get into Tahitian dancing and the nonosina? I mean, what drew you to that? Was your parents took you along to this, or it's just something when you were young you were very interested in different forms of Polynesian art forms? And do you know how to do some of our Tongan dancing as well?
Yeah. My parents, well, I told them that I wanted to dance, and they asked me which kind, so I was like, oh, I'll do hip hop, and then I'll try different dancing. So that's when I came across Tahitian dance. It was pretty awesome. The thing is that it took me like a couple practices to get comfortable with nonosina. So one thing led to another, and to this day, I still dance with nonosina, and it's been a pleasure.
That's so good. In the Hollywood scene, is there many young Tongans out there or young Polynesians, or you're probably you in a smaller group in terms of our Pacific and Tongan people?
I think it's just me. I'm not quite sure, but yeah, I think so. I think it's just me.
Oh, that's awesome, bro. We'll represent all the way, man, because there'll be others watching you tonight and they'll be really inspired. Say, hey, if Siaki Si'i can do it, I can do it too. That's really awesome. Hey, bro, before we let you go tonight, we want you to give you a chance to do some shout outs. I'm sure you've got lots of fans tuning in from around the world as well as there in the States as well. So here's your platform, brother. Here's your time. And we're going to set up your video of you doing your Tahitian thing in just a moment. But yeah, we're going to give you an opportunity to do some shout outs to your family and friends.
Okay. So I'd like to give a shout out to my grandparents on both sides, mom and dad. I'd like to give a shout out to my mom and dad for helping me do anything that I'm doing to this day. Because I know that if it were for them, I would be where I am at this very moment. I'd like to thank my auntie Tiana for bringing me into Tahitian dancing, and to Grams, First in Love Grams, who is the founder of Nonosina, which is amazing. Also like to thank my producer, Honore. He's an amazing person. Thank you so much. And yeah, thank you everybody.